We're still on the front lines, but the stakes are higher. Nurses today face unsafe staffing, overwhelming workloads, and broken promises. Even vital tools like the Care Capacity Demand Management System are under threat or gone. But just like in 1989, we're not backing down. We strike because we care, because without nurses, there is no health care. Woo! Woo! We're fighting for safe hospitals, fair pay, and a future for our profession, for ourselves, each other, and every New Zealander who relies on our care. This strike is only the beginning. We are here for the long haul. Woo!
Tēnā koutou katoa, nāmui nui kia koutou. My name is Xavier Walsh. I'm the co-president of Unite Union, the hospitality union, and I'm so proud to be the co-MC alongside Jade for today's march. What you did today, I am so proud, and you should all be proud of yourselves too. You sent a message. You sent a message to the government and to Whatu Ora that this offer is not good enough and you will not accept it. 3% over 2 years is appalling. CPI is at 2.7% this year alone. The government is asking that nurses take pay cuts in order to fund more money for boards, more money for government PMPs, more money for everyone except the people at the front lines doing the hard mahi. Don't even get me started about fair, safe staffing. Don't even get me started about pay equity. This government has shown that they cannot be trusted with our healthcare system, and together we will make this a one-term government. Right. So proud of you all. Shall we introduce our first speaker? We have the one and only New Zealand Council of Trade Unions Te Kauai Kaimahi Secretary, Melissa Ansell Bridges, to talk to you today. Kia ora, give her a warm welcome.
Kia ora koutou katoa, ko Melissa Ansell Bridges aho. I'm the Secretary of the New Zealand Council of Trade Unions Te Kauai Kaimahi, and I am so honoured to be standing here with you today to bring a message of support and solidarity from across the whole union movement. We stand with you. We have some Unite flags, we have PSA flags, I've seen TEU flags. We have in the CTU whānau over 30 unions and over 300,000 union members. Collectively, with you, NZNO members, we are the largest democratic organisation in New Zealand, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with you today in your fight. We know that your fight is also our fight. Firstly as workers, but also as users of New Zealand's healthcare system. And we know that if you're not taken care of, we're not taken care of. We know that if you're not safe, we're not safe. And so we stand together with you, because successive governments, but particularly this one, have let the health system crumble for too long through underinvestment, and we will not take it anymore. You deserve safe staffing. You deserve to be able to go to your job, to be able to do your job feeling like you can actually do what is required of you, because there are enough of you on the ward at any given time. It is not fair to put you in a position of feeling like you are doing less than what patients need because there aren't enough of you. That is not your fault. That is the government's fault. They have a choice. They always have a choice. And going into the last election, they promised that there would be tax cuts for millionaire landlords. And at that point, we said, you can't afford that unless you cut frontline services. Oh, no, there'll be no cuts to frontline services. Is that what it feels like to you right now? Because at the point that your offers are less than CPI, at the point that you are going backwards, that you are not keeping up with the cost of living, at the point that there are often half the number of nurses on a ward at any given time, those are frontline cuts. And since getting into government, aside from giving tax cuts to millionaire landlords and tobacco companies and to businesses to buy extra equipment, this government has also gutted our world-leading pay equity system, and they have failed to invest adequately in our health system. And now you are at the front line of that, and you are bearing the brunt, and it is not okay. And I am so grateful to you for standing together today and saying no. Enough is enough. We do not accept this, and we will not sit down and take this paltry offer and this refusal to acknowledge the need to have safe staffing. Thank you for standing together for our health system. We know that you don't want to be here, that you would much rather be doing your mahi and taking care of your patients. This is not taken lightly. This is a serious action because we are in a crisis. And it is so important that you continue to stand together. And I promise you that we will continue to stand with you, because whilst this government has made some appalling choices in terms of where they put money, because bear in mind, a tax cut is a choice. That is an investment. It is an investment in the wealthiest New Zealanders. It is an investment in people who do not need extra money when there are services like our health service who desperately need more money. We also have a choice. There is an election next year. That is a very big choice. But we also are making a choice here today. You are making a choice by standing together. Thank you for making this choice, because our choices show who we are. Our choices are our values in action, and we can see what this government values, and it is corporate profit, and it is not our healthcare system. So thank you for standing together. We stand with you the whole way. Kia kaha, we stand with you.
Woohoo! Let's give it up for Melissa! Woo! All right, we're going to do a bit of our shout out to our fellow friends who are here from other unions and organisations. So I want to give a shout out to Grey Power! Woo! Shout out to Unite! Woo! To TEU! To PSA! To CTU! And the Doctors Union ASUNA! And to Ohu! To NZEI Te Nuri Roa!
Well, let's do a chant then. Okay, this is one of my personal favourites. We haven't practiced this, but I think we can all do it. Kasasai tone mato!
Aki, aki, aki.
Kasasai tone mato!
Aki, aki, aki.
Kasasai tone mato!
Aki, aki,
I
aki.
can't hear you. Kasasai tone mato!
Aki, aki, aki.
Kasasai tone mato!
Aki, aki, aki.
Yoda!
All right, and I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Jean, who is a CNM at the Emergency Department at North Shore Hospital.
Kia ora! Well, I have been in nursing for 40 plus years, and this is the worst I have ever known staffing. As nurses, we know our patients deserve the best care, but understaffing puts everybody at risk. We're on the front line 24/7, but without adequate staffing, we cannot do our jobs. The government's lack of action is unacceptable. They know the risks, but haven't implemented meaningful reforms. It's time that they took responsibility. We're striking for safe staffing. We want adequate nurse to patient ratios so we can provide quality care. This isn't just about nurses. It's about the patient. It's about those families, and it's about our communities. The government's inaction has real-life consequences. Patients are put at risk, nurses are overworked and burnt out. We demand better. Let's work together and make safe staffing a reality. We're not just nurses, we're a movement. We're united in our demand for safe staffing, and we won't back down. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep advocating. And we'll keep pushing until we get what we deserve, and those patients. The government claims it hasn't got any money to fund us. But hey, what about the tobacco people? What about the landlords? And they're very quick to funnel money into the private health sector and lavish the health boards with 80% rise. And let's remember their 10% pay rise. If the government won't change their stance, if the government won't listen to us, then let's change the government.
Can we get another round of applause for Jean? Next up, we have Catherine Chapman, an RN at Papakura Marae Health Clinic and the Tāmaki Makaurau Chair of Te Poari o Te Runanga o Aotearoa. Kia ora.
Kia ora tata. I don't know how to follow those ladies that just came up. Engari, ko ai au, ko Catherine Chapman tōku ingoa, and I am a primary care nurse here to support our hospital nurses. So I'm not only an RN, I'm a mama, I'm a granddaughter, I'm a daughter, and I'm a servant of the public health system. And so I didn't know what I was going to talk on today, but I'm going to talk on the amazing work that a hospital nurse has done. So recently my nan was in hospital, and it was the nurses that actually advocated for her. Even though she had whānau that were nurses, when we weren't there, the nurses looked after her, and they advocated and they ensured that she understood everything. So for you guys, I want to thank you all, and yeah, safe staffing, because our whānau won't get that care that they deserve, and then they'll just be numbers and pushed out of the hospital and then come back. And yeah, so thank you guys. That's me. Just want to let you know that you're all amazing, and we support you in our primary health nurses. We had some that wanted to come today, but I thought I'll come on behalf of our primary care nurses to support our hospital nurses. Kia ora.
Let's hear it for Catherine! Woo! All right, because we love a chant, we're going to do another chant. We'll do it later as well, so get ready. When patient safety is under attack, stand up,
fight back!
When nurses' rights are under attack,
Stand up, fight back!
When healthcare systems are under attack,
Stand up, fight back!
Health workers united will never be defeated.
That works.
Whoopsie. All right, I would like to introduce the next speaker. I have Leandro, who's an NDC rep from Counties Manukau. Where's Middlemore at? I have
10 years, and I am proud to say that I am a Miramar girl and I probably die there. So today I'm here because it's become a norm for us as nurses to say yes. It's become a norm for us to stay longer, to work extra, but not get the extra. It's become a norm for us to just carry on. No food, no drink. When was the last time I went to the bathroom? We have been saying yes for too long. We have been quiet for too long. We need to fight for New Zealand. We need to fight for our whānau out there who is on waiting list for 6 months, who waits for acute surgeries for up to 7 days, who can't get a GP appointment, who has to pay about $95 to get a GP appointment, who has to wait in an ED for 6 hours to get basic care that they have a right to. We will not give up. We will continue this fight till, I don't know how long we're going to fight for, but we're going to keep fighting. till we get safe staffing, safe patients, and we can afford our mortgages, we can afford to put food on the table, and we can afford to access health when we need it. So today we stand here united with many other unions, and we will stand to them when they come up too. Thank you for all the other unions who have joined us, and thank you to you all who has come out today, and hopefully the rain stays away a little while longer. We will not give up. We will keep fighting. Thank you.
Kia ora, can we get another round of applause? Next up, we have Hames Ainsworth, an RN PACU at Auckland City Hospital. Can we get...
Tēnā koutou katoa, taranaki toku maunga, waitara toku awa. Te awa, te iwi, Ngāti Rahi, te hapu, ko Haim Ainsworth toku ingoa. My name is Haim, and I am a 37-year veteran nurse. I remember the marching back in 87 when I was a student. I'm a staff nurse at Starship Children's Hospital, and I bring you greetings. So I read or heard somewhere this week that the Minister of Health and others in government were disappointed that we were taking industrial action today. Disappointed. Well, I don't know about you, whānau, but I'm pretty matakiri myself. I'm disappointed with the lack of support shown to nurses by this government. I'm disappointed with the lack of commitment shown to healthcare by this government. I'm disappointed that this government has consistently ignored our requests and concerns. I'm disappointed that this government has failed to stem the deluge of our colleagues heading overseas, fed up with the conditions we're expected to work under. I'm disappointed with the rhetoric of this government they have used when talking about us and the doubts they have thrown on us during this contract negotiation. Rhetoric that often paints us as greedy, as selfish, and as somehow unpatriotic. Yep, I'm disappointed. Simeon! I think the offer your negotiating team brought was disappointing. And I think if anybody gets to be disappointed that this is where we find ourselves today, then it's us. The 36,000 nurses and NZO members across this country who stand together around this nation, we're the ones who get to be disappointed. Not you, Simeon. Not you, Chris. Not you. It's the tired and exhausted night shift HCA who does the work of 2 or 3 because there's nobody else. They get to be disappointed. It's the hospital-based midwife doing the work of more than themselves. They get to be disappointed. It's the senior nurses who haven't even had their claims addressed in God knows how long. They get to be disappointed. It's the nurses who file datex after datex after datex to call attention to the lack of staffing because there are no reliable, safe staffing ratios in operation in this country. They get to be disappointed. And it's the people of this nation, from the far north to the far south, watching their services get scrapped, their access to care diminished, their carers undervalued, and their confidence in the system eroded by the politics and neglect of this government. They get to be disappointed, not the politicians, not the hospital administrators. But you know, whānau, who I'm not disappointed in? Nurses, midwives, HCAs, working in the Te Whatu Ora workspace. I'm not disappointed in them. I'm not hoha because of them. No, I'm proud. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of what we do every single day, day in, day out. I'm proud of our commitment to providing the best quality care to our patients that we can. And let's be clear here. I'm not talking about nameless, shapeless NHI numbers when I say patients. I'm talking about our neighbours, our community members, our whānau, our fellow New Zealanders. Because I believe that what we do is the height of patriotism, literally birthing and bathing and bringing our country men, women and children into health. We don't come to nursing because it is easy or lucrative. We come to it because we care. But to do so, we need a committed and compassionate partner. And that is where this government has let us down. This is where they have disappointed us, and they have disappointed our fellow countrymen. Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them!
Shame!
Our healthcare system cannot survive on the smell of oily rags and the goodwill of an exhausted workforce. It takes financial commitment and philosophical commitment. This government, however, has decided that millionaire landlords and tobacco companies are the philosophical partners they choose over the well-being of the people of this nation. They have made their commitment known. They have shown us by underfunding, they have shown us by underinvesting, they have shown us who they undervalue. From our hungry school children to our poor and unhoused, they have shown us who they value and who they do not. And they do not value us or the work we do. It's not you, Right Shift HCA. It's not you, hospital-based midwives. It's not you, new graduates. It's not you, staff nurses. It's not you. It's not me. If you really value something, Mr. Luxon, put your money, which is actually our money, put it where your mouth is. And if you really value something, Mr. Brown, you put effort and commitment behind it to lift it up. You don't come up short for almost a year where you have treated us like serfs begging for crumbs. Because you know what? If you do, you might be left disappointed. Every single time. Go.
Thank you, Hayne, for speaking truth to power. I think it's time for another chant. Now you'll just have to repeat after me. Everywhere we go,
Everywhere we go,
the people want to know
the people want to know
who we are,
who we are.
so we
The mighty, mighty union.
Union! Power! Union!
Power.
Union!
Power.
Union!
Power.
Union!
Power.
Union!
Power.
Oh yeah, you're pretty good at that, eh?
All right, our next speaker is Dr. Sylvia Boyes, who is the Vice President of ACMS. Thank you, everyone. It's so lovely, and it's a real privilege to be able to talk to all my nursing colleagues today. You guys are awesome. Please give yourself a cheer. For those of you who aren't familiar with ASMS, this is our senior doctors union, and like you, we're in contract negotiations which have been stalled because we have also been offered a 1.5% pay rise, real terms pay cut. We've been through facilitation and seen the Employment Relations Authority, previous independent facilitators, strongly towing the government line that somehow Health New Zealand is broke. Health New Zealand is not broke. Health New Zealand is underfunded. This is a deliberate strategy, but what they have funded, as we've heard, is tax breaks for nicotine products, for landlords and for the wealthy, instead of funding our public health system. Everyone here at this rally knows that a well-functioning public health system is a public good. And furthermore, it's a Kiwi core value. We all believe that we should have a public health system that returns people who are injured or sick to health and looks after them. But our government says this is too costly. It's a completely flawed financial argument. It ignores the financial realities. What we see overseas in international research is this thing called fiscal multipliers. I'll explain that to you. Basically, if you invest in public health, for every dollar you spend, you get a $1.7 return on investment to the economy. Now, this means this is exactly what a government trying to restart a stalled economy should be doing. Meanwhile, they're underfunding and they're denying people care. This denied, delayed and deferred care just adds to costs, quite apart from the human toll of increased suffering and pain. This planned and deliberate underfunding has left health systems running on goodwill. It's kind of running out, that goodwill. But rather, and it actually causes deliberate burnout. We are being deliberately harmed by this decision. But rather than address staff harms, Health New Zealand has seen this as a further opportunity to cut costs. There is deliberate, stated intention that when a more senior nurse resigns, that they will hire someone junior and more cheaper into the role, if they bother filling the role at all. This work still needs to be done. It just burdens those who remain even further. Furthermore, we are starting to witness the deliberate dismantling of our public health system through private contracting. Private surgical contractors have been offered a 10-year contract. The most we've ever got through Health New Zealand in terms of dedicated funding is a 3-year budget. It's really difficult to plan long-term care if you're mostly working on annual budgets. But it gets worse. This coalition is with ACT, and one of their stated party manifestos is to introduce private equity funding into our public health system. So for those of you who don't know what private equity is the shady rich guy trying to profit from our government health streaming and funding. So when I say private equity, I want you to say shady rich guy. Let's try it out. Private equity.
Shady rich guy.
Private equity.
Shady rich guy.
You guys are awesome. You know, this investment by private equity, it's not philanthropic. It's all about making profit. It's about buying your way in so you can create a perpetual profit stream at the cost of New Zealand public and public health. We need to understand how disastrous this has been. This has been happening overseas. And what we've seen is community hospitals and facilities that have partnered with private equity, then having their facilities taken over, and significant deterioration in patient safety. Before the facility itself is then sold off from under them, and they become a perpetual tenant in their own facilities. An example of the limited care with private equity was a company that defaulted on paying for equipment, and their interventional radiology coils were repossessed. Caused the death of a woman with a postpartum hemorrhage. There was no way to stop her bleeding without the necessary equipment being present. We do not want this. Look, some of you might doubt this intention because it's a pretty horrible and bleak future, but you need to look no further than the CV of our Honourable Minister of Health, Simeon Brown, who has no health experience whatsoever. But he has plenty of experience with private equity, those shady rich guys. So where to from here? We need to continue to stand strong. We need to acknowledge the forces we're up against. We need to educate the public to demand true leadership from our government and politicians. We need to remind them of the public good of public health care, and that this is a true Kiwi core value. We need to protect our public health system by demanding cross-party agreements to guarantee funding of the public health system going forward, regardless of the shifting winds of political narrative. We need to remind them that we must fund and not sell out our public health systems. We need to hold firm and push back. Kia kaha e hoa ma. Give it up for Sylvia! All right, now we've seen some lovely signs out there. So everybody lift your signs up. Woo! I need a couple shout outs because some of these are quite funny. Right, I've given enemas with more dignity than your pay offer. Agreed. 722 grad nurses, only 323 hired. Do the math. Oh, shame. Where's the one with the dog? Because that was quite good. Protesting for our patients, 100%. Well, this is amazing. Woo! Where's the next one? Ooh. Day after day, more nurses, fairer pay. Right, we're going to introduce our next speaker.
So our next wonderful speaker is Nana Porovita, an EN stroke rehab at Waitakere. Give her a round of applause.
Kia ora koutou. Shout out to Waitakere Hospital. Woo! My name is Ngā. I'm an enrolled nurse working on an ATNR and ISU ward at Waitemata. I'm here today to talk to you about what it's like working overtime in a system that's constantly stretched due to short staffing. I've worked there for over 10 years. Let me start by saying, and I know all of you will agree with me, I love my job. I love caring for people, advocating for them, and being that calm, steady steady presence in their hardest moments of their lives. But lately, the pressure has been relentless. Over the years, I found myself staying back after my shift ended, picking up extra hours, saying yes when I want to say no, because I know if I don't, our patients won't get the care they deserve. Short staffing isn't just a numbers problem, it's a people problem. It means we miss out. We go 12 hours without sitting down or eating properly. We run on fumes, still being expected to deliver safe, compassionate and professional care. And yes, we keep showing up, but at the cost of our own well-being. Our bodies tire, our minds are drained, and our whānau feel the absence even when we're there. We need to be honest. This isn't sustainable. We need better resourcing, better support, and more staff. Because when nurses are well, patients are well. And that's what we want. So I stand here not just as a tired nurse, but as a proud nurse. Hoping for change. Hoping that one day caring for others doesn't mean neglecting ourselves. That is why NZNO is calling for urgent action and safe staffing. We need enforceable nurse-to-patient ratios. We need transparency and accountability around staffing levels. And we need a system like CCDM to be fully and properly implemented across Aotearoa. NZNO isn't just asking for more people on the floor. They're asking for a culture change. A system where safe staffing is not optional, where well-being is prioritised, and where overtime isn't an expectation. It's a rare exception. Because when staffing is safe, care improves, nurses stay, patients heal, and we can all breathe a little easier. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Give it up for Nā! Woohoo! And I'd like to introduce our last speaker of the day, our beautiful kai whakahaere, Kerry Nuku.
Kia ora koutou katoa, ko ai au e tuaki nei, ko maunga haruru, ko taki te mutu waka, ko Ngāti Kahanunu te iwi, ko Ngāti Tū te hapu. Ko Kerry Nuku tōku ingoa, he kai whakahaere tōputanga tāpuhi kai te aki e o Aotearoa. What a proud moment this is. So many people out there standing up, not for pay, let's be clear, but for the rights of patients to have quality access to services. That's what this is about. Don't let any politician tell you this is about the money and the greedy nurses. This is about the rights of you guys to protect the patients. That's why we're here. Let's be clear. You are here, and thank you to all the healthcare assistants. Shout out to our healthcare assistants. Thank you to all the registered nurses. Thank you to all the HCAs and the enrolled nurses. And what about the student nurses? Thank you for still keeping and believing in the system that is not believing in you. It is appalling. Last year, we had a debate with the chief nurses about whether or not there was indeed a recruitment freeze, or whether there was an recruitment freeze on students. And we were told, no, there isn't. Well, you try telling those students that still don't have jobs, and you try telling those students now that in this new recruitment, they still don't have jobs. So why should they stay here? They have invested all their time, all their effort, all their training, all their hard hours, going to work, going to do what's required of them, poor, because they believed in staying here and giving back. You guys have given them hope today that standing up for the rights of nurses, of the profession, of our patients, gives them hope. So shout out to yourselves, guys. I don't know about you, but I've been to many meetings and I'm sick of hearing bullshit. So many times, there's not enough money, there's too many nurses. We've got enough nurses. Oh, well then why does the data say the difference? Why is it that accessing information around workforce has been so difficult if we're about being transparent and there are enough nurses on the floor? Why is that? Because it's shameful. Because this government chooses to hide information that is critical to the decisions and the future of creating a safe workforce where patients and staff are going to be adequately cared for to allow you to deliver the quality of care that you go to work every single day to provide. When have we ever heard this government acknowledge the psychological impact of going to work when you know that there isn't enough staff to care? When you know and you've had to watch, and I'm here, I'm reading that sign, I'm here for patients that have died because we don't have enough nurses. The trauma of having to go to work when you know on your head, your job is to care, to do the best you possibly can for patients. But if you don't have the resource to do it, what does that do to you? This trauma that is happening isn't just about the money, it's the psychological impact that it has on you guys when you don't have the resource that you need to deliver the care that you want to and that patients deserve. Out goes any fundamental human rights, because what's driving this government is not about the patients at the centre of the care, it is about politics and funding imperatives. We've heard all there is, where the money has been shifted. You guys standing up today, I could not be any more prouder. Standing up for the rights of patients, standing up for your ability to ensure that the voices of patients, that you as the staunchest advocates for change, that's why you're here. Not because of any funding. You're here because we all trained to do the very best and to care for our communities. And this is what caring looks like today. I thank you very much. It's been amazing. I flew up from Hawke's Bay today and I thought it was going to be raining, but you parted the clouds and you made it an awesome bloody day. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Kerry. Thank you so much for your kind words. And once again, give big shout out to Kerry, a big shout out to the supporters here, the unions, the community groups. Big shout out to all the staff at NZNO, particularly the admin staff, for without whom this could not be possible. And last but not least, some of the most important people, a big thank you to you all for going on strike and making your voices heard. Now I'd just like to quickly inform everyone that there is a strike evening event happening later today at the Bergenhead Bowling Club. So 5 o'clock, come down, go to Bergenhead Bowling Club, get a drink. I hear there's a bar tab. And enjoy your the rest of your day while you go on strike. Kia ora.
Right, we're going to do one more chant and then we're going to come to a close. All right, when I say union, you say power.